Hi friends, hello and welcome. Shoot, I forgot to grab my glasses. That's the one thing I thought. I've been sitting here thinking it through so I don't forget a thing. Forgot my glasses. It figures, but I have a pair just right here. Hopefully they don't leave, like, they're my reading for the web, or for the, when I use my phone, like the light blocker ones. So I have handy. Darn it. They're in my purse, which is right there, but I hate to go out of camera. So, hi. So I'm back. My egg is dry. So, yeah, I'm yellow. Oh well, that's all I got. Okay, so I'm back. My egg is all dry from yesterday. Hello, hello, come on in. And, you know, like everyone else, tell me hi, tell me you're here. Hey, there's Sharon from Ohio. Hi, Cheryl. Sharon, I'm from Ohio too. We've probably already talked about this. I get there's so many people. It's hard to keep everybody straight. Oh, I hate these yellow glasses. I feel like I stepped back into the, what was it, the 70s when we all had the yellow glasses. Yeah, it makes everything I'm looking at really dark, but I can see you, which is like the most important thing. So hi, Joyce. So anyway, here we are. We are back to finish this egg. I don't know that I've ever been in an event where I didn't finish the project. So if you didn't see the beginning of this, hi Robin, hi Jackie. Oh my goodness, Jen, it's your first time here? Welcome, welcome. Hi Regina. So, oh, from Kansas. Oh, I'm thinking, you know, when I think of Kansas, I automatically think of tornadoes and it's like spring and that's what happens. So hopefully you guys are all safe out there. Yeah, I don't know. My brain just thinks of that. Isn't that crazy? And I'm sure there's a lot more about Kansas than that. But, you know, I'm from Ohio, so I have to think if I even, yeah, I've never been to Kansas. So you have to tell us all about it. Tell us all about it. How's Kansas? So while you're telling us all about Kansas, I'm going to get started with this egg. So I started to say that yesterday, hi Melissa, yesterday I was live in a group and I started this egg project that you guys, well, not you, new people, but a lot of you people that were here. Hi Jen, hi Susie. There's my Susie. Susie, my whole brain just went squirrel the other direction, but that Susie is just an amazing follower. She sent me a package I got it Saturday night when we got home. It was a huge package and there was so much to take in, and this morning I needed a little touch of lace at home and I remembered she had some lace in that tin because I'm over here where I craft. So when I was at home I thought, oh shoot, I don't have any lace and I just needed a little snippet of it. And anyway, I remembered she sent me some. It was in a tin, so I opened up that tin and was really looking at all of the lace. There was tatting. My hand had this much tatting, and it was like over top. I text her. I hope it wasn't a mistake. Susie, I was just almost choked up at just fascinated by it. Just the talent that people have and the fact that you had so much and that you could share with me was just, I promise I will use it with full intention. Like I won't just squander it. I promise. Whatever I put it on, it will be beautiful and deserving of it. So, okay. So thanks again, Susie. It was like, I thought it was like an early birthday present. I almost waited, but I have to go clear to the end of April. So I couldn't wait that long to see what was in there because it was a big box. So hi, Pam. Hi, Debbie. So this is the egg that everyone was fascinated about. And I'm just going to catch you. I loved it so much, everything. So just to catch anybody up that, oh my gosh, I can't stand these yellow glasses. There's got to be another pair over here. Here's this pair. I don't know if they fall off. I don't know what they look like, but okay. Let me clean them a little bit with my shirt here. So I made this egg. I didn't know how it was going to turn out. I just had a bright idea. One evening I was here crafting and I thought I'm just going to give it a try. You've lived in Kansas for 30 years and no tornadoes? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm knocking on wood for you right now. There you go. That's crazy. I can't believe it. It's been very cold and windy here this winter. Yeah, we've had a pretty mild winter. Usually we have snow. We only had a couple of dustings. We probably had 2 weeks of really, really cold. Normal rain, you know. But, well, I'm happy to hear that, and I guess I had the wrong impression of Kansas. So, we all know where I got that idea from. So, hi, Nancy. So, anyway, so I did this offline, and as I was going, it was getting prettier and prettier, and I thought, this is working, but I was too far gone to really go online, and the plaster was going to be wet, yada, yada, yada. So I finished it up. I posted a picture of her and I shared it online with my followers, just the pictures. I do that from time to time if we have a great project in the group that I have, or if I've just been crafting with my friend Julie and we make some things together. I'll share my pictures with you guys for inspiration. Well, this one was one that got a ton of questions. So when I was invited to be in the creative crafter community, it's just CCC. If you type that in your search bar, you'll find it. And I was able to go, it's a free group, you guys. So, oh, thanks for the hearts. So I was able to go, you're happy that Tammy must be here that created that group. She's probably proud of me for getting it right. I must have got right. Yesterday in the stress, I couldn't remember the name exactly for sure. Anyway, so I decided when she invited me to do this project, something for spring, I thought, okay, I'm going to show them how to do this. Not really thinking that I couldn't complete the whole project. To Charlotte and Nancy, both from Indiana. Hi, you guys. I'd love to go antique shopping in Indiana. I follow a couple girls that are from Indiana that just have the best stuff. However, they're right on the Ohio line, so they come over here a lot. And I actually ran into them at the Springfield Antique Market twice. And so that was super fun. When you meet someone that you follow online, it's almost like star status. So I was like, oh, you know, there's Devin to know. But so we chatted for a little while, and then we bumped into him again. I'm in Ohio. I am in Zanesville, and Springfield, Ohio has a huge antique show. I believe it's every month throughout the summer into the fall, but I only try to hit the extravaganzas. Hi, Abby from Indiana also. Well, you guys are like my neighbors. So, hi, Kathy. Hi, Annie. Kathy's from here, but she lives in Arizona. It's so funny. My daughter lives in Arizona. Kathy moved to Arizona, but she comes home to visit her family, and we got to meet up. So that was fun. She was super sweet, got to meet her husband. But, you know, when you see someone online, they're like bigger than life, you know. Well, not me, but, you know, some people. And anyway, so I was just thrilled to meet them. So if you missed yesterday, just on my page, if you just push up on the screen when we're all done, you'll be able to find the original video, and it was shared into the Creative Crafters community and in the CCC. Hi, Joy from Florida. Oh, if I lived in Florida, my name would be Joy also. How could you not be joyful in Florida, right? Hi, Kathy. Hello to you. So, okay, so that gives you the basics in the other video, and you just scroll up when I'm all done, or if you want to jump out and do that, and then you can catch this replay to connect the dots. That's whatever you want to do, but I'm just telling you that how I got this far is on a video from yesterday, so it's not that far back in my feed. Okay. So I had to wait on this plaster to dry. However, pretty much, I mean, the egg is pretty much done except dressing it up, which everyone knew how to do. So I think it turned out okay. No one complained, at least not to me. So today, so I cut out from like an old table scarf like this, and I cut around all of the flowers and stuff. Use spray adhesive to adhere it. It is massive, Pam. We spend the night. Hi, Mary. We spend the night. Julie and I, my friend Julie and I, we go up on early Friday morning. We leave like at 6 in the morning on Friday, and we get home late Saturday night. We've never asked our husbands if we could stay 2 nights, but we always wish we could because it's a lot to see in 2 days. And when we were younger, we always are fascinated at ourselves because we went through the whole extravaganza plus the 3 malls all in those 2 days. And now it's tough to make it through the extravaganza. And unless it's rainy or cold or something, what we usually do is go kind of fast shopping through the first day, and then we go back on the second day for anything that haunted us that we didn't get and we passed on to see if it's still there. Hi, Martha. And or we just call it fast shopping. And so we fast shop on Sunday and kind of hit maybe a couple of legs out that we missed, and then we hit the mall. Try to. So anyway, and then if not, if we get all consumed, because Sunday is such a better buying day. Always the last day of a show is a much better buying day, just FYI, because everyone wants rid of their stuff and they don't want to pack it up and take it home. So you get a much better chance of making an offer on something. You know, if something's 25, you could say, would you take, you know, 18? They always come back at 20. Sometimes they say sure, you know, or if it's 22, you say, will you take 20? They always do that. Even on Saturdays, but on Sunday they're more apt. Like there was this little teeny tiny, I'm sorry, why am I so talky today? I don't know. And I didn't even have coffee. I don't know what's wrong with me. But hi you guys, let's chat, right? Anyway, we had, this lady had this tiny little scale. It's upstairs. Yeah, it's upstairs. Anyway, she had this tiny little sweet little scale. And it was, I can't remember now. I hate to quote a price because it's in a video from the past. You guys could probably find it. But I can't remember how much it was. But it was a lot. Like I want to say, you know, a couple $100. Let's just say that. I can't remember now. But it was like a lot for this tiny little thing. But it was adorable. And you could tell by the prices in her booth, like it was an extra nice one, and I couldn't afford anything in it, but we like to oogle at those booths and see what's out there. Anyway, I was just fascinated with the scale, and she's like, would you, you know, are you interested in the scale? I'm like, oh yeah, but I can't, you know, I can't, this is the end of I'm almost out of money, whatever my excuse was. And she said, how about $50? I'm like, what? And I mean, it was just a tiny little thing. Of course, I couldn't get my money out fast enough. She probably had to pick me up. I fell over. So I'm just saying, on Sundays, sometimes the deals are crazy. So always remember that. But if you're mall shopping, that's the other thing. When you can go to a flea market type, vintage market, antique show, go, because the person that owns, you know, this item or this item, they own it, and they can put any price they want to on it, and they can come down if they want to. And if you're at a mall, you know, $25 is $25. You have to pay $25, or you know, you can't get it. Now, if it's over 100, you can usually have them call and make an offer, but that's a pain, you know, too. So anyway. And I've done that before, and they've accepted my offer, and then we get to checkout. I have so much stuff, I forget to double check that I got the discount. Then when I get home, I still pay the price that they said. That's happened to me twice. So, okay, you guys, let's get going. I know you're all here like, shut up and get going. So, I adhered the seam binding, or the embroidery, or cross stitch, or whatever your fabric is. I cut around it. I adhered it just with spray adhesive, like a Super 77. I use the stencil spray just because I'm trying to get rid of it, but any kind of spray adhesive. And then I used a plaster mix, which I give you the recipe for. It's just drywall compound and caulking, a little dab of water if you need it. And I filled in all of the gaps around the flowers with this plaster mixture, okay? I wish I would have thought to mix enough paint before I added my water to thin it down, that I wouldn't have to go in and paint it. And I almost don't, but I kind of do, so I'm going to. Anyway, so then today you can see like all of these little pointy things, and they're kind of sharp, and they're going to want to break off. See, they kind of want to just break off. So, well, that was a fabric one. But anyway, so I just lightly, oops, you're going to ask me what kind of grit I'm using. And I've got an old beat up. I always buy medium grit, but I keep them. So as they get more and more worn, they become more like a fine grit. So Jabot lace collar. Glenda, I don't know what that is. And I can't screenshot that. Private message me so I write it down. I do have some lace collars, but I don't know what a Jabot lace collar is. So tell me if you got a picture of it, or just message me, Glenda. Just say Jabot collar and I'll remember, and I'll look it up and see if I can't find a picture of what you're looking for. So, okay, now that I've sanded it, just so that it's not sharp. Then anything that lifted in the sanding process, I'm just gonna hot glue down. Doesn't hurt anything, you guys. The spray adhesive is just for the bulk of it. And then here, I've got another little lift right here that I pulled up. So I'm gonna put a little bit of hot glue on that. Okay. Okay, that's a little piece of her flower. I'm just gonna snip it off. Okay, all right, so we're good. But yeah, I have a whole list of things. Actually, I had a lady wanting a couple of giant keys, and I found them for her Saturday, so I haven't messaged her yet to tell her that I have a couple of big old keys for her. And if she doesn't want them, I'll put them in my sale. I was thinking about doing a sale later today and doing it on my page instead of my group. All my sales have been in my group lately, which has been great for the girls in my group, like first grabs. And I keep saying, well, and then if I don't sell out, I'll go to my main page, and they just gobble it up. So this time I had extras of things, so I have some stuff left over. So, okay, decide with the glasses. Okay, so you could totally leave it like this and be done. You could have mixed paint in your mix instead of the little bit of water that I mentioned. You've had that happen too, Mary. I know, that stinks. That stinks. That's my fault. That's what I said. That's on me for not paying attention. Anyway, you could be done. I mean, this really is close enough. I did stir in a little bit of paint, which totally brought it up, but I'm going to show you all the way, okay? So I'm taking my Country Chic wax, and I'm just going to wax over this wherever I've plastered it. And if it gets onto the fabric, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I'll be a little more careful with the dark. And that word that I just said, think about it, that word that I just said, I was texting the girls in my text group last night that I had forgot to tell them about the video yesterday, and I typed that word, and this big thing popped up and said that I was against whatever, and I wasn't allowed to send that text, so I had to go back and write plaster compound or joint compound or whatever. I never thought about that being taken in the wrong context. But boy, they were jumping on it. So then I was listening to one of the girls yesterday that was in the group, and she was doing the burn method on one of her projects, and she said you weren't allowed to use that word. Oh, this is just getting ridiculous. I think what they should do is maybe once you get checked for something like that, they should flag you as a she's okay account. You know what I mean? And then she's okay. She's not the accounts that we're looking for. I guess that's probably hard. Oh shoot, I forgot to paint it. Oh, see there, I get to talking. Well, it's a good thing it's fine. So I've got my paint right here. I'm supposed to paint it first and then wax it, but obviously I can't do that now. It won't take the paint now that I've waxed it. So I was going to paint it. I got my dryer right here. I was going to dry it, and then I was going to wax it. So we just talked ourselves right out of that one. But if you need to, let's say that you're using an all pink fabric and you stirred in the pink paint and it didn't get up to the pink you wanted, and you have the paint, just paint it out first, you know, sand it down, paint it out, and then you can wax it. Or you could paint it out and then sand it, and you'd get little white tips, like little white where the plaster was. That'd be kind of cool too. Okay, so I've got my dark wax here. Again, it's the Country Chic that I always use. I'm dipping it on my brush and then I'm getting rid of it on my pan. And then I'm just gonna come in and try and get some in wherever there's grooves and things from the plaster. Okay, I'm gonna dip again. I'm gonna get rid of it because I don't want it to be too much here. And then I'm just looking for wherever I've plaster, spread the plaster. I'm gonna get myself in trouble. Okay. And when I say that, it's not really that. It is drywall compound, caulking, and a little bit of water or a little bit of paint. So, and then I'm wiping it off, and then I'm going to go back in with my clear or a natural wax in this case, what I'm using. Everybody's waxes have different names. And I'm going to go back in then with my clear and lighten it up just a bit. Just a little bit. That allows you to move it around and get it back down to where you want it to be. Because I don't want it to look splotchy. Like that's way too heavy. And even just doing that tones it down a little bit. I just want it down in the cracks and crevices. Okay. And you don't have to blot off the natural wax. That stuff you can, it's even good like hand lotion. It's good. It's just clear, so it just goes anywhere. Okay. Okay. So that just adds just a little bit of definition, I guess, to where the plaster is so that it doesn't all look like the flowers. So I had a lot more plaster on the larger egg. The smaller egg, I had so much more, flowers. It practically covered the whole thing with my flowers. So I still feel like when I held the two up, this is still a little bit darker. You keep rubbing back a little bit. I think some of it's where I got it on the fabric. And then this dot up top didn't look very good. Okay. All right, and then we're just gonna dress it up. So hi Janet. Yeah, I'll try to remember that, Glenda, just in case you forget to text me, but I do have a list of things and I've pretty much knocked it all off. So I was able to find some more old shoes, so we're going to decorate some up just for fun on Tuesday night. My friend Julie and I, we talked about it when we were shopping, so that's going to be our Tuesday night project. Doing up more shoes. So okay, all right. So then I might as well put this paint back out of the way. We don't need it. I'll find something to paint. Clean up my mess just a little bit so I have a place here to work. Okay, now what I want to do, I want these to be very similar. Oh shoot, you guys can't see me. I always forget to put you down. Okay, so this is the front and that's the front. So now what I'm going to do is take seam binding. Now you could use your sari silk or you could use muslin shreds or whatever, but I'm just new to the sari silk. Everybody said, oh, it's the same thing. And then I thought I need to just get it because it doesn't look quite the same, but I do see the shine to it. And I do like how it's stainable, which this is too, but you know, I wanted to know what I was talking about. And I feel like it compares more to muslin to me, a satiny type of muslin than this stuff. Okay, so I have 4 on this one, so I think I'm just going to go with 3 on this one because it's got to be just a little bit smaller. So I'm going to tie it out. Let's see, whoops, if I can get myself a nice little bow here. Just a little one. to start with that. Okay, so I have a little bow to make it match. So I have that, and I might as well go ahead and stick it down. Let me just see where I'm at here. Find my middle, get myself all straight. Make sure I've got the front, not the middle. So yeah, this is the front. So I'm gonna stick it like right there. Okay. Now, the one thing that I really noticed yesterday when I got off of the live is the blue makes quite a difference on this one. So I was trying to think, how could I deal with that? This is my little bit left of the, so this was originally a table runner. So I had the picture on the left side was a basket like on this egg. And this one, I cut up the basket. I cut the bottom off because if I would have left it, it was bigger than the egg. So I kept this little bit of blue, but I couldn't figure out like a really good way to get it in there nicely. Maybe I could get just a little piece in, but I don't like that raw edge. Just not crazy for it. And if I turned it upside down, what would that do? I might be able to work with that. Let me see. Let me cut this down. Let me just cut this down a little bit because I do feel like if I really want them to be matchy-matchy, I kind of need a little bit of blue in here. So let's just see here. And I'm going to cover up a lot of it with the moss, but maybe just a little peek of it down there wouldn't be so bad to make them match. See what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. But I don't want the puckers in it. So let me just clean this up a little bit. I'm gonna shorten it up a little bit too. Okay, I'm gonna clean up the cream and try and get really, really close to that blue without cutting into it. Okay. All right, I'm gonna find my front so I can see what I'm doing here. And I'm just gonna lay it in. Now you guys will just have to conform to whatever your surface is, whatever your project is, if it's on a flat picture frame or you're doing, something at Christmas time with a Christmas linen and you're putting it on a bulb or something, whatever. It doesn't have to be something round. You can put it on anything. I have a string. You can put it on anything. Put it on a slab of wood. You could put your fabric. I have done a lot of bottles in the past with fabric on them. Actually going to be doing one in the group. We're going to make a bottle into a little doll, like a Victorian lady here really soon. I don't know if we'll do it yet this month. Oh shoot, did I put it on the back? No, I'm right. My things are just flopped over. Okay, so let's get this side down, this little lip. I'm sorry you guys probably can't see very well. Thank you. Thanks you guys. I'm glad you're liking it. Glad you thought it was the right decision. So you may not see a whole lot of it, but we'll all know it's there. I'll try and be mindful when I'm putting the moss and stuff on the bottom of this little bit of blue there. Okay, so then I'm going to put this aside. And then on the edge of mine, there was a little bit of, the edge was pink. Like this was the whole outside edge, and I kept that because I thought it was really cute. And we'll use it sometime in the future. But I cut out the blue, and once I did that, I realized that a lot of the blue was really light, and I only had just a little smackerel of it here that was dark, like this right here, and I had to cut, it had a curly Q, so I probably can get that to go straight. I wonder if I can. If I heat it up, probably would have to spray it with water. Have a steamer. Okay, well there, see? Okay, so what I was thinking is maybe just a couple of tails of this in the ribbon. So let me snip that. And yeah, this is too light. It's too light of a blue. And then here's one of those curly cues, but it was so light blue, I didn't even bother. See the difference? I didn't even bother cutting it. So I'm just gonna add this one little piece here just to get a little more blue in to kind of mimic this bigger one. See, because she has the edge of her basket. This was like eggs and flowers in a basket. So yeah, that gives me just a little bit of blue. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna add that in before I put the moss on. So let's just add just a little, it's kind of a big one, but well, let's just take advantage of having that much and put a little snippet of moss here. Just use up that hot glue. That's good. Okay, so I just put a smaller little snippet, and then I'm getting out the millinery flowers. Yes, it's just fabric, Jackie. The egg is paper mache egg, but the material is just like, it's just like one of these, but the flowers were real lifted, like this one is why I brought it. I had these in the sale, but and then I cut around the edge to get, you know, some of the stringing. Anyway, so these millinery flowers, one of my followers told me I needed to get some, and I looked everywhere for them, and I finally found them on Etsy. We did find some on an old hat. Like when you're out shopping through vintage places, they have a lot of old ladies' hats, and Julie had bought a fur one. It had just little pieces of fur stuck around, and we cut that thing apart like crazy at Christmas time and was able to use real fur in our project, so that was fun. And then when spring came along, she found one that actually, she gave me a few of the flowers here. They were these velvety old, right here, these velvety old flowers, and then I added the little rhinestones in the middle. But these, not these, these are paper flowers from Hobby Lobby because I felt like they needed to come out a little bit more. But anyway, keep your eyes peeled when you're out shopping because those hats are readily available. And she found one, I found one with spring flowers, and I didn't get it, and I need to go back and get it. It's here locally, I just didn't grab it. But anyway, I found these online at 32 Degrees North on Etsy, okay? And then, but I could tell you they were a little bit pricey. Now, there's a new site everybody's kind of starting to gravitate to. It's spelled T-E-M-U. And one of you girls sent me, actually it's in the comments on the last video. So when you're in there, check out those flowers from her. She posted them, and they're super duper cheap, but they're bigger than these. They're not the same, but they're a very close follow-up and very, very inexpensive. So I didn't order them. I don't know what they look like when they come, but I could just tell by the one, there's a picture, if you click on it, there's a picture of someone holding one of those. And let me just show you this. This is how big this one is. And the one that she sent is much bigger. Like it's much, it's probably 2.5 times bigger than this. So I'm probably not going to order them, but I sure appreciate her taking the time to find them and share the link with us. But some of you may jump on it. I was going to, and then I just didn't. And they're cheap enough. It's not, you're not really out anything, and you can put them on something. But I've got plenty of little paper flowers from Hobby Lobby that are working great. And then these, I have a whole bag full of these, so I decided not to. I was ready to order it, and then I changed my mind. So if you're watching, I can't remember who did that for me, but okay. So here is the top of the egg all done. And I like that little bit of blue in there. Typically, I would never put that blue in there. I would probably go for a pink bow to pull the pink out of here. But since the egg had the blue here, uh-oh, somebody's mad. Wonder who's mad. There's Michelle. Hi, Vintage Daisy. And the other Michelle. I got Michelle Hill and Michelle Hall side by side. Hi, girls. Anyway, I feel like the blue just kind of pulls them together. So yeah. And let's see. So then I'm going to take some more moss. This is just like Hobby Lobby moss, you guys. Oh, the hearts are, all of the hearts are making up for that one mean face, right? Maybe that was an accident. I used to get all like really, ooh, and sometimes I do. If I know I've been on too long or something and I see one of those come up, I'm like, oh gosh, I gotta go. See you later. Somebody's mad. But thank you guys for the hearts. So, okay, let's add just a little bit of moss in here to soften. I want to hide the edges of where I stuck this, this fabric piece. Kind of, you know, you saw me cut it down a little bit. So I want to hide that edge. And I don't want too much because I don't want to cover up this lamp part that I put two lamp parts together. You can see how dirty it looked, the same on the front and the back. And I put two lamp parts together. I forgot to talk about that today. But these were just, when you're out shopping, even honestly, Goodwill shopping is a great place to find lamps that all come apart. And I've got a whole basket full of glass pieces and all kinds of pieces. But like these little pans, I wouldn't pay more than $5 for one. $4 is probably more normal. Every once in a while you can find them for $2. And this one here was probably $5 at an antique shop. But it's all carvy and I was gonna paint it gold. Like I had an idea in my mind, but then when I needed an egg stand, I just made it out of two lamp parts and a washer. Oh, thank you, Jana. Hello, hi Rhonda. Thanks, Rhonda. Thanks, Karen. Okay, you guys. See, I always miss all the good comments because I'm chatting. But thank you guys. See there, I see that one little tiny mad face goes rolling by and I zero right in on that. That's funny. Okay, so I don't want to lose that prettiness, but I do need some moss on the front, so. Okay, so I'm just using tiny little, that's almost too big. So there, half of that, and maybe half again. Okay, just using little tiny pieces of it. And I'm gonna go in here in front of this blue, so you know I want it really small. So I'm gonna just start with one and see, because I need to save the blue. I should have made the blue go up a little bit, but it was buckling on the sides. Again, we know the blue's there, right? Okay, but I gotta go all the way around because I don't like how it's sitting there. So there's a tiny little, oh, there's a tiny little sliver. I'm gonna see if that'll do it. Maybe I'll put this fatter one right here. Okay, and then let me use my scissors and jam it in there. There we go, that's good. Okay, so there's just a little bit of color. You did too, Chessa? Oh, it's okay. We know sometimes it's a mistake. And not everybody always says that to us. It's okay, I'm sure she is fine. So see how they're really starting to look alike, and that little bit, you gotta zoom in on that little bit of blue. You can't see it on the bottom, I cut too much. But it's there. Maybe I'll incorporate, maybe I will incorporate a little bit of blue, or you know what I need is a blue button. Of course I don't have a blue button, I'm sure. I have one little bag of colors. What are the chances? I might. Let's just take a quick peek if you don't mind. I got this blue too, but I hate to cut this up if I don't really need a lot of it. Because you know me, I'm usually woods and whites. So let's see, this is my little bag of colored buttons that I kept. All other buttons went to you guys. Maybe I got a blue button they sent me. There's a turquoise one. Here's one. Oh, I can't. It's good though. I might have to. Maybe I'll just dry brush a little bit on it to tone it down. It's so big and so blue. I love blue. I keep thinking maybe someday, like I didn't used to like blue, but now it's grown on me. And I did a house for a lady that she had a red and white kitchen with yellow accents, and then her bedroom was all blue and white toile. Oh my gosh, it was stunning. And I thought, if I ever, not this little house, I'm in a little tiny house and it all is all open. I think that's the only blue button in here. See, I have colors though. I actually need to sort through this because I got white ones in here too. Oh, here's a blue one. Hang on. Oh, that one's a little bit prettier, a little bit softer. See the difference? This was the first one I pulled out. It's just so plastic looking. This one might be better. Okay, Let's see, but I don't have a lot of color. Although, yeah, I've got some white ones in here. I need to leave this on my table and sort those out of there. Okay, good. Well, that tells me I need to stitch some blue buttons. I have some buttons ready for you guys, but I think they're all neutrals. I don't think I have any colored. I have several bags ready. I think Randy's going to be home tonight, so it's going to be tough to do a sale, but he doesn't really care. Just do it. So I may go ahead and do it tonight. I'll just text you. Whoever's on my text line, you'll hear that I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it here on this page because I have all day tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow, so I have all day tomorrow I could ship. So I may just do it yet today. We will see here. Okay. I'll text you and let you know what time. And I don't have to do like huge ones that I always did. I could just do a smaller one. Oh, there, look, that is already cut right there. Let's see if it's too short. However, we're at the bottom of the egg, so I can't be very long anyway. And then let's see here. So let's make our loop. I'm making it tiny, so I might have to do this a couple times, you guys. Sometimes I fight with these when I make them so small. Okay, so get all my pieces together here. Push it through. Oh my gosh, I think I got it the first try. Holy smack. I did. That's unusual. That's unusual. Now let's see if it's big enough. Usually I need to make them smaller, 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 but this time, I'm not sure it's big enough. I need to fan all that just for this one to go out and be a bigger loop. Okay. Let's see what we got. You know what? I think it's fine. Let me just even it up here a little bit. And then, okay, I'm going to put it off to the side. That one was in the middle, so that's fine. We'll make it a little bit different. Put some glue on here. Stick it down here, off to the side, just a snap. Okay, so there's our egg. And then let me test the blue button on here. I think that just might, and then I know what I'm going to do. I'm not using this one. It's just too blue. Too blue for me. I'm going to put this button on right in the middle where I'd love to put a little bit of bling on here, but I didn't put any bling on the other one, so I don't think I'm going to. So there's that button. And then, wait just a second. Oh, Dee Dee, hi honey. We are going out. We'll be close to you. We're going out. I'm going out. Randy's not going to go, but I'm going to go out here in a month. I think in a month. And see them. And then I think they might come home from the summer to escape the heat. So, okay, Becky, just private message me, honey. I've got them. They are, they're $20 a bag. I'm trying to think of how much the bags weigh. I can't remember, but I weigh them all out. They always weigh the same. I think it's 0.8 ounces. So it's a little, oh, it's a nice little bag of buttons. So there you go, there. So now I have the hint of blue, but I toned it down a little bit for me, and I'm very happy with that. So we kind of, oh, you're kidding, Lori. That's so cute. Hug Snug is it's one of the brands of seam binding, which I just dropped on the floor. But like seam binding, you can order seam binding. Oh, I've moved it to the back now, but you can order it in different colors, or you can stain it, or you can dye it, whatever you want to do. Okay, now looking at the original egg, I have the little flowers, the little millinery flowers. Hi, Shayla, that I found. So they're starting to go together now, right? Just a little touch together. So where's the front of this thing? Right here. Okay, there. So there's the front. There you go. So you can see the blue off to the side and a little bit of blue at the bottom. And so I think they're gonna sit really, really cute together. See that? So now what I need to do is get a little bit more moss towards the bottom and some millinery flowers at the bottom, and I'll be all done. So, You layer your buttons like that too? Yeah, I kind of like, especially when I have black ones. Everybody's like, oh, I don't want a black button. Well, Pop of Black is an awesome, like, I love pops of black in everything. So, and then sometimes, you know, a big black button with a cream color button in the middle is just beautiful, just like what this did. So I love that. So see, I can do color, just tone down color. So, okay, let me see here how I want to get this moss in here for sure. You guys can't see, so let me see if I lay it down here so you all can see what I'm seeing. I don't know that I want to run it up on the egg. Let me see about not doing that. Hang on here. I was thinking, oh yeah, I have to run it up on the egg though. So I was thinking maybe something like that. Let's go ahead and do that, see where it wants to grab. I'm just gonna slap some glue, slab and slobber some glue on here. And yeah, it's too straight, so I'm gonna add another little blob right here. Okay. All right, that's better. So there's just a little bit. Now I do need a little bit up here just to kind of explain. Where's my front? There's my front. Just to explain it. So I've got a little bit, teeny bit at the top, a good bit down here, all the way around the bottom, and I think I need just a little sliver in there somewhere. Well, let me see, and I'm talking just tiny little pinches. Okay, so I'm going to add it in right here. Right there, and I'm going to, I've got my tweezers here, I'm just kind of going to push it in there so that it's there but not too there. Okay, so there's a little bit. All right, well, let's get this put back, this put away. Okay, now I'm going to take my millinery flowers. I'm going to use the pink ones, just the pink, because that's what I used in the other. I use my little nippers because it's wire, and you know you're not supposed to ruin your scissors cutting wire. And I'm going to put a couple, at least one. Let's just see. Let's just see how it goes. At least one on the top. Let's get rid of these two little flower. And then this is like a little spread of buds. So let's use them both. Okay. And we're just going to stick them somewhere. So let me show you what I'm talking about. There was these two, see the two little buds those come in here as well in the bag. So like this whole bag, this bag was full, but it was like $30 some, 30, might have been just 31, but I know I'd hit the $30 mark. But there's a ton of little flowers in there, and there's turquoise and pink and white in the one that I picked, a little yellowy greeny color, yellowish green. Oh, you can't see through the bag. Here's one. So if I put this up against the white, maybe, oh, well, there's some too. But up against the white, you can't tell the difference in the camera. But this one's more white and this one's more green. I don't think you can tell. But anyway, your bag may be different. I don't know. But I'm burning up the pink ones, that's for sure. Oh, and there's purple in there too, you guys. I just see some purple. So, okay. Okay. But I chose these because they were so stinking tiny. And so they're perfect for this particular project. Oh, there's my pink ones. I thought I had more. Okay, let me add one more here. We'll take another look at it and see what we think. I need one more, I can tell. Let me just throw in one more and then I'll show you. All I'm doing is cutting these little millinery flowers, which I did not even know about till one of you followers told me. And I had seen, the minute I looked it up to see what a millinery flower was, I'm like, oh, okay, I know what that is. I didn't know that they had a name, but they do. And they're definitely a vintage string on my button. I like to leave the stringing on the buttons when I can. I love that. So, okay, here's where we are. So this is how I finished out my egg from yesterday. Hi, Rosemary. Yay! Did you not get my text? You must not be in my text group. If anybody wants to know when I'm going live, you know, a lot of these girls go live every day or, you know, scheduled days. I know Michelle said today she went Monday, Wednesday, Friday or something. I just, you know, I work and paint houses, and I'm kind of out of a lot of the other things that I had been doing, but I'm just trying to get my life together. And I don't know when I'm going live. And also, I don't go live just to go live and throw something out there. I've been doing this a long time. There's hundreds of videos from me. If you want to see something, don't wait on something new. Go back and see some of the old stuff because it's super great. I think, not everything, but there's a lot of really great ones that you can find on YouTube. Tammy Loves Vintage YouTube is easiest to me. Of course, I'm always on my phone, so to navigate through the app, when I look at my own page, like it looks different than what you guys see. When I look at other people's pages, it's like, oh, there's their photo tab, there's their video tab, there's this and that. But when you search your very own, it's structured very differently. And so for me, when I want to look for an old video, I go to YouTube. I type in Tammy Loves Vintage, I go to the little search and I type in whatever I'm looking for, and it pops right up. So that's why I'm always sending you guys there, because for me, that's the easiest way for me to find a video. So, okay, I think I'm going to call this one done. So this is the little baby sister to my one I made by myself. I love it. I think I'm studying it here to make sure. Yeah, I think I'm done. Do I need a little bit more green at the top of this one? Maybe just a half a pinch, like a half a pinch. I think I do. I just feel like the flowers hit all of the green. Okay, just not too much now. Get down there. Just a little bit. There. Now you can kind of see the green more, you know, intentional. So there you go. There you go. That is exactly how you do it. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm so glad you like it. I told you yesterday I was all like down and I don't know, like you don't even know what you're doing. I think I spend so much time watching other people that I can't get my mojo back, even though I could do it at home, you know, by myself when nobody's here. I'm like, dang, look what, like this. I made this. I'm like, dang, that turned out really cute. But I hadn't done one without cutting it up. This is the same, this is the foam egg that hangs upside down at Hobby Lobby with the speckles on it. And I got it all done. I thought it looked, see, I can do color. I used these vintage pansies, and then I added some of these old glittered, what they called beaded fruit, and they were grapes, a bunch of grapes, and we bought them at a show. There was a whole bag of them for $2, and Julie's like, they look like Easter eggs. And I'm like, you're so right. So anyway, put some of those on there, and then when I was all done, just to make it more Eastery, from an old rosary, I have a little container of crosses and these little medallions. Now, I'm not Catholic. I don't know. I do know that someone prayed hard on these, you know, at the end of her rosary. So I love that. Yeah, I just love it. So this was one of the things that I made by myself. I made this by myself. See, color. I was thinking spring. I added an old rusty, it wasn't a washer, but it was like a washer. I put a spool. I showed you guys this yesterday, but they're still sitting here for me to enjoy. But I'm going to take these to the sale as well. And this one that I showed you that I did the plaster on and like patched, I did part doily, part plaster, and I just left it. I had mixed the paint to it. And yeah, I kind of like how that one turned out too. And then I have this one. This was one of those half eggs, and instead of painting it, I left the contrast of the brown paper mache with the doily, and then put just a regular, instead of an Easter postcard, I just put an old postcard in there. You can see the stamp and the postmark, and the writing just filled the card. I didn't read it, but it's really small writing. I'm not even sure I could read it, but I loved it, and I put it on an old English stirrup. So it was the only English stirrup that I had that was tall enough to hold the egg. But by the time I added the lace and the Excelsior at the bottom, it was too big to fit inside, because my vision was I tested it and the egg fit in there perfectly until I dressed it all up. So I had to set it in front. So I hid a little bit of the stirrup, but it's still there. It's still there. So anyway, I've had fun making eggs. I can tell you that. So what time is it? 3 o'clock. I'm going to clean this mess up and I'm gonna come back on just in a little bit. Give me like a half hour. I'm not gonna text you guys. You just know you might see I'm going live again. I bought this while antiquing. I think it's adorable, but I saw something on Pinterest that really interested me, and I wanna play with it. I think if I don't like it, when we get done, I can put it in a thing of water and wash off what I'm going to do before it dries. But it's adorable, just like it is. It's adorable, and I even hesitate, even sitting here looking at it, thinking, do I really want to possibly ruin it? I only paid $5 for it. It's not that $5 is nothing. But I've been looking at Hummels. I think old Hummels kind of had the look of what I was looking for. And so when I came across this, it was only $5. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I'm in. But I thought about maybe just leaving him like he is and adding a little seam binding bow to him and calling him Tweaked. But I don't know, Jackie. My husband's home for sure. So I'm kind of gonna see how he is and make sure everything's good. But I'm gonna say it's 3 o'clock now. If I come back on again, I'm gonna say 6. So it won't be a big one because he's there, but it'll give me, if anybody wants anything, it'll give me something to do tomorrow for shipping and stuff. So it should be good. I won't put a whole lot in, but I'll put some things that were left from the sale in my group, and then I've got some other things to add. So I'll do that for you. So hopefully you can join me. Put a tin. Can't put him on a tin. Oh yeah, Karen. I don't know. He's kind of big for a tin. But yeah, I could do an Easter tin if I had a large tin. I don't. I'm going to show you something new, something I haven't seen anybody do yet, but I did see it on Pinterest. So actually, I don't even have to. I do want a separate video just in case someone wants to search it on YouTube. I always put my videos over there. So in case someone wants to search it, I want to have that in the title. So that's the only reason I'm going to jump out and come right back. So why don't we just do that? Why don't we just jump out? Oh, thank you, Michelle. Why don't you too? I'm going to jump out and come right back. Give me like 5 minutes, like not even that. Just however long it takes me to jump out and come back. I have to type in a new title, but that's why I want to leave and come back and make a second one. So if anyone wants to join in, otherwise I'll be posting a finished picture and you guys can see it. And then if you want to see how I did it, you can refer back. So yeah, let's just do that. I got enough room here. I don't need that much room. So let's just do it while I'm thinking about it. Oops, I just knocked a pearl off of my button box. This was my grandma. She had, my stepmom gave me my grandma's jewelry box that I used to play with as a little girl. We'd go over and I'd pull the drawer out and the lid would pop up, or you'd open up the lid and the drawer would pop out. That's how it was. Anyway, I've got it right up there. And there was jewelry, and it wasn't anything great, you know, of course, but I tried to pull the most neutral things, and I added a couple of bows, but that's it. Everything else is grandma's. And I found this key, and it says Scott's Lawn on it, and that's where my grandpa retired from. So it's not a great key, but it's, for me, it's special. And anyway, so yeah, I just did a paper mache box, and I added grandma. It's all grandma's pearls, like all that stuff. And that's my where I keep my buttons for that aren't cream. My cream colored buttons are down here in this basket with the glass bowl in it. So that was a fun thing to do in honor of my grandma. So, okay, you guys, if you're going to try doing the eggs. Oh, I'm so glad, Ellen. Do one like this that you're not cutting. Like these were the same foam eggs that hung. They hang, whoops, like this. They hang upside down with a ribbon and they have speckles on them. And then we took a knife and cut and fit a postcard in here and added the millinery, you know, dressed it all up, used an old tart pan and a spool and a washer, and got a little bird there on the top. So this one is the same egg as this one, but just to make it easier on yourself, if you can get one of those cheap eggs, paint it, do that, spray adhesive, Ellen, and just put it down, and then wherever it overlaps, just cut it as closely as you can. You can see my seam here where they met. That might have been, I think they went on up here too. But if you cut it really close, you really can't, I mean, I'm pointing it out so you're like, red light, you really see it, but you really don't notice it in the overall. And then I had a couple of people say they didn't have a base for it. Well, you can see we've used spools, we've used a saddle, I used an old scale. If you flip back through my pictures the last few weeks, we came up with all sorts of really cool ideas for egg stands. The humidifier, these were lamp parts on this one. I have a couple of old humidifiers. I sold one of them right to show you, but the other one, it's upstairs. So anyway, look back at the pictures and see some of the egg stands. And Ellen, maybe you have some that you can just use those. So anyway, I'm going to go out. I'll be back in 5 minutes, if that, to show you what I have in my crazy mind for this. So I found these cute little chickens while I was up at the Dawn Scott show. I thought they were adorable, super old. Oh, there was a bag. It was $9 for a bag of 3. And I thought they were so cute. But I showed you these two yesterday. Here she is. And here's this one, and she had a little bonnet. So about all 3 of them. So now I gotta, like, I know Julie has some little hats, and I thought maybe I can do them up. And I thought maybe I'd put some silvery, I want to use the German glass glitter, not regular glitter, so it looks more vintage. And put German glass glitter underneath here. And then there's something missing from the top. So again, there's vintage millinery flowers. See, they're everywhere. So I'm probably going to stick one of my flowers on here. I don't know, something to fix the very top of her. But I thought she was just adorable. But yeah. So anyway, okay. I see I get sidetracked. I'll see you in a few minutes. Bye.